Yo, what's going on, guys? So we got the Elgato Facecam 4K right here. This is actually, just so you know, I mounted it on a C-clamp kind of style thing from new small rig. I'll post this below too, so you can see it. I'm not gonna spend too much time. I'm gonna get right into the video because I actually unboxed this and literally just went immediately into using it, and it's literally like a reaction style video, but I'm showing you different things. I'm showing you how things work. I'm showing you how my settings are and stuff and how I set it up. I have been using this camera for a couple months now, literally on all kind of different videos, on YouTube videos, on Amazon influencer videos, all kind of different things. I've been using it as a webcam for meetings and stuff like that. And I have really genuinely liked this camera. I'm going to continue to use it. That's why I didn't take it off it. I just took it off so I can show it to you. I'm going to actually mount it back because I use different cameras depending on different situations and stuff like that. If you know, you know. But in any case, I did want to give a shout out to Elgato before we jump too far into the video, because they are sponsoring this video, and I think it's only right to give them a shout out and let you guys know it is a sponsored video after all. With all that being said, you've been seeing the unboxing. I went ahead and just posted it on here so you can kind of see what's in there. It's an unboxing. They're all the same. But let's hop into the first experience on it, talk about it and everything, and I'll wrap it up with some specs at the end. So literally just hooked this camera up. Like, hooked it up, don't even have it set up where it needs to be. Let me adjust it and we're gonna test it literally on the spot. Like, I'm doing some testing right now. Didn't even think I was gonna do this, but I figured why not? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reposition the camera. Look how wide that is. Too wide. Cool. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna zoom in, but you can see just how wide this is just starting. I mean, just right off rip, this is a huge wide angle. What is it, 48? Something like that? It's like a 48 millimeter or something like that. What was it? I don't know, but it is 60 FPS. Let's see. Okay, so I have it on virtual camera. Okay, what I'm going to do while we're looking at this live, I mean, like I said, just coming out of rip, we're just going to add a screen to OBS. Let's do an application. Yeah. All right, cool. Now let's, oh, there we go. Cool. All right, so what I'm doing is, since I have it on virtual camera and OBS, you're gonna be able to see what I do live here, and you'll be able to see me do it while I'm doing it. So it just kind of makes sense to do it this way, right? So I have my lights and everything on. I'm gonna actually just bring the brightness up on my lights a little bit here to see if I don't need to bring the brightness. Okay, cool. And what I'm gonna do now, since I'm, I guess, doing the video a little bit, I'm just gonna turn some lights on and stuff. Tell me you have an Elgato switcher. Tell me you got an Elgato Stream Deck without telling me you have an Elgato Stream Deck. Your RGB lights turn color by hitting a button. Anyways, that video is cool too. All right, so I'm here, I'm on, as we can see here, I'm literally on here. There's all kind of different things here. We're gonna start by, it looks like I could do a zoom and tilt. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do, I mean, we see the wideness of it and everything. I'm actually gonna zoom in a little bit because I'm gonna actually be using this camera for a while for like other projects and stuff I'm working on and stuff, like Amazon and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna set this camera up as if I was setting it up to use. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna pretend this stuff over here isn't in my video, and I'm just gonna stand here. All right, next up, what I wanna do is, we have, what do we have everything set up on? Everything's automatic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna set everything up myself, okay? I'm gonna go standard. We'll bump the ISO up to like 800. I love how you can come in here and just type in the value you want. And what are we at? We're at, okay, so the format says we're at, literally the first time I'm playing with this app, by the way. Not the app, but the app with the camera. Usually I use this for the prompter only. So this is all new to me. We're all figuring it out together forever. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move it to 21 by, we're gonna go to 60. We might as well go to 60 for a second here, right? I mean, this 60 is what this camera says it does. We would move this to 1/120. So we're gonna bring this to 1/120, and then our ISO is fine. I'm actually just gonna bring my lights up a little bit so we don't get a lot of static and stuff. I think it looks pretty good. Personally speaking, I don't typically do 60 FPS, but it's there, you can use it. So that's pretty cool. I look good, like moving around on screen and stuff. This is like a true 60. I mean, you can tell there's not a whole lot of waving action going on there. So that's pretty cool. Contrast is just saturation, sharpen. So you can, I mean, if I come in here and I mess with any of this, you can see how it's literally getting what you call it. It's messing with all this. So I'm gonna bring the sharpness up just a tad. Now this is all preference, right? I mean, whatever you kind of like here. I like a little bit of saturation in my stuff. I want my colors to pop a little bit on screen, but I don't want to be too dark at the same time. That's why I brought the contrast down just slightly. You can see how I look now. To me, I look good like this. This is a good, better look for me personally. And then we can come over here and we can fix all this too. We can play with this if we want to as well. I don't like that. I just keep it standard personally. White balance is on automatic. I'm going to set this to 5600 because that is what I shoot at. And look at that. Oh, looks so much better all of a sudden. Now, to be honest with you, my saturation's a little much. So I'm gonna bring the saturation down now. Should have started with the white balance if I'm being completely honest. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like the look. The 4K 60 looks good. You guys are getting to see it first here. You've seen how I would set it up personally. You know, you could go up, but you know, the more you go up, you're gonna blow out and then all the same aspect. I mean, turn off the lights and kind of get a low lightness to see what it would be like. It's not bad, but you're gonna get interference and you're gonna start, it's not gonna start looking as crisp and clear. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's not really that bad, but typically speaking, I like to set my cameras no higher than 800. And now I have my lights on. Okay, cool. You can see some items back here behind me. Oh, you can't see anything there because I got the Elgato Camera Hub there. Cool. Ha, you can't see the mess. Anyways, all right, cool. So we got that. Noise reductions low. We could turn it off to see how it looks. Turn it back on. You can see how I'm a little bright there if I come closer to the camera. So you gotta be kind of keep that in mind too when you're doing autofocusing. Let's see what the autofocusing looks like real quick on the camera. Let's come up to the front right here. We got effects here, so we can come over here and play with some effects real quick. So let's check and see what some of these are. Ooh, okay. So there you go. I mean, you can add an effect that doesn't look bad to me. I like some of these. So you got LUTs here. You can automatically add if you want a LUT. This is gonna help out. Like if you can, the cool thing about this is like, I love this because like it kind of takes the guesswork out where you can basically get everything you want to do out of the camera before you ever record or stream or anything like that. And what this does is it makes the process on the other end of editing way better, right? Like you don't have to worry about going in there and color grading if you set it up to exactly what you want it to look at. I mean, that's kind of what I do. I mean, that doesn't look bad to me. I mean, it's a little contrasty if I'm being honest, but it doesn't look bad. Like, you know, and the cool thing is you can come over here and turn the intensity up or down, right? So you have that option too. So like here, was it here? I was saying the contrasting was a little bit at 50%. So yeah, you just come down a little bit to like 20% or so. That looks pretty good out of the box, like in my opinion. And honestly, it really always, like I tell a lot of people, you know, your look and what you're going for look is going to be based on what you want, right? Some people like more cinematic, some people like the more contrasty look, some people don't want it more light in the background. Some people, you know, I have people all the time telling me that, hey, your videos are too dark. And I'm just like, well, that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm not going for a real dark. I look bright enough. I want it a little darker behind me. And sometimes, you know, I want to have that subtle darkness on one side of my face to kind of give that cinematic, contrasty kind of feel and vibe. So that's just how I do it. You know, some people like that, some people don't. So really it's always subjective when it comes to streaming, gaming, and making videos and all that, and what you really like to do and stuff. So you got that here. You come over here, you can do a mirror too if you want. You can flip it if you want to go crazy, you know, all orientation, all that. AI background, you have to download the SD key pack. We'll try it because I kind of want to play with this to see if it works, if I have to upgrade my. Okay. All right, so we're back, and as you can see, I have this stuff up here, so we can play with some stuff now. I haven't messed with this, so we're gonna test it out and see what happens. Ooh, look at that. All right, cool. So this is doing a freaking fantastic job in blurring and how it's cutting me out and everything. Like, I think that's doing a fantastic job. What do you guys think? I mean, if you're holding packages up and stuff, I can see where it might get an issue if you're doing like product shots and stuff like that. My lights are way too bright anyways, but you know, if I didn't have it so freaking bright. Here, let me turn one of these lights off and see what we got. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean that looks good. Like, so if you're doing if you're doing Zoom calls or if you're streaming, you don't want a lot of people seeing the background stuff, like this looks really good. Like, holy crap. Like, I did not expect to get that, like where it's just pretty, like it's pretty good. And then we can take the blur strength up. I think 1% is good, but let's take it up. And I bet the more you go, the worse it might get. It's not, I mean, it's not perfect, right? But in the same aspect, it's pretty good. Now, this is using the NVIDIA graphics card and stuff. So I have 47 Ti Super, so I have a decent graphics card, but it looks good. I mean, it does a pretty good job. I don't think I need that much. So there's a nice bouquet on the camera, it looks like already. Okay, so as soon as you turn a blur on, even at 0%, it looks pretty good. Like, holy moly, this is crazy to think, because like, hold on, let me, just so we can take a look at it, I'm gonna go to my Sony camera just for a split second here. Of course, it's not on. Alexa, turn on the camera. Okay, so this is my Sony camera. I got the lights too bright on me, evidently, so take that for what it's worth. I would need to bring this down a lot. This is what the bouquet and everything looks like on my 16mm lens. Now, this is what it looks like on the Elgato. Boom. Elgato, Sony. Elgato, Sony. Like, legitimately, that's pretty freaking good. All right, cool. All right, let's move on. Oh, look at that. All right, that's cool. Now you can see a little bit different there now, because it's not just a bouquet. You got things going on stuff, but that's pretty cool. You have this little white ground and background. You're just trying to cut yourself out and stuff like that. Put yourself in office space. Now, if, you know, I like it. The more light I have on me, I wonder if the better it would get. So let me turn this up. Yeah, it's a little better with that light turned up, but still, you can see these are all cool. Like, you got different things you can play around with and just do, and I like it a lot. And you even know, so that'd be cool. Can you add? Yep, we could add things if we want to. Pre-install backgrounds. Nice. Look at that. So you can go down here to Marketplace downloads. Okay. We can go to Elgato Marketplace. I'll show it to you if it's worth showing. So there are some things on here, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of it's like you got to pay for and buy. So there's a pack of 5 free backgrounds. I'm just downloading it now, and then I'm just going to show you what it is right now, if it works, because sometimes it doesn't work. There you go. So you got these right here. I was able to download from the marketplace for free. So you got those little ideas there. So if you want to download those, and they're even motion. You can see in the background training a little bit. So that's pretty cool. You see little shadows and little dust particles and stuff moving around. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this. So, okay, cool. We've played with this a lot. As you guys can tell, I've been playing with this. Now what I do is we're gonna come back over here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and download see if this works for the tracking as well. We'll do that as well. Let me go ahead and go back to my other camera view here for a second. Go ahead and go back there. We'll leave the blur on though. Why not? Nah, we don't leave the blur on. I don't think it needs it. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. So we are on digital zoom now. As you can see, I just turned it on. So what's cool about this is, well, it's just gonna follow you around, and it's not like it's not gonna be like the Ozbot, right? So like, you're not gonna have it like the Ozbot. Let me see if I take this out, if this will, so I'm already all the way out. So come here, shoot zoom, put. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. So if I were to, okay, the more I zoom, you see how I did that? So now it's gonna follow. Now this is all digital, it's on a digital, so wherever you set it at, as you can tell, is how it's gonna zoom. So, you know, moving around a little bit, it's gonna make it go. So just wherever you're gonna typically have the camera at. So like if you're using this to stream or something like that, and you wanna stay centered, it's kind of a jarring move if I'm being completely honest. I don't think I would personally use this. It's not smooth like the Ozbot, but it's not supposed to be, because it's not like it's on a gimbal or anything like that. It's literally just a digital tracker pretty much. So take that for what it's worth. I would probably just go ahead and do this and just have it like that. Personally, I think that looks good. I don't need to be tracked or anything like that. You know, the further you have it out, I don't know. Let's just leave it here and call it a day. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is, why am I back at 1080 by 30? Let's go back to, let's do 4K by 30. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to 160, 1/60. Because of that, I was able to bring the, you know, ISO down a little bit. So that's nice. All right, cool. So I would probably personally run it at 4K, 30 FPS. That's just me though. That's all preference again. But yeah, that's pretty much, it's a pretty cool app. Moving on. All right, guys, so there you have it. I mean, that's the first, like, you know what I mean? That's a real live video, like a honest, like, opinion on it and stuff. Things I like, things I didn't like a whole lot, things I would use it for, things I wouldn't use it for. All the way around, I actually like and enjoy those style videos. A couple things I do want to mention is, you see the big circle right here? This is actually a 49mm filter that you can screw on. So anything that's 49mm, it'll screw right on there. It gives you capability to use those filters, ND filters, whatever kind of other filters you have for this webcam. That's something unique that Elgato does. I don't think anybody else really does anything anything like that. So that's actually pretty cool to see. The other thing is, I will say, I can never get this right. It's like 1/1/8 or something like that. I'm putting it on the screen right here so you can see the sensor size. It's a pretty decent size sensor. I mean, the camera quality alone looked pretty amazing in this thing, if I'm being completely honest with you. You do get the, you know, with the unboxing and stuff, you do get the camera mount for the monitor and all that if you want to mount it up there and stuff like that. Personally, I'm going to keep it over here where I had it at, just because of my angle. If I post it here, the angle, it looks horrible. There's like all kind of crap back there and stuff. This is the angle everybody wants to see. This is the angle I like. This is the only place that it's actually clean up here in the man cave. But in any case, if you guys like the video, make sure you drop a like on the video. It helps the algorithm out, and I really, really appreciate it. If you want to check out the Elgato Prompter XL video I just recently did a video on, you can check that out right here. And if you want to check something else that YouTube's going to recommend you can check that out over here. I'll see you guys and gals in the next video. And as always, peace and love.